just to go live. So it's always a work in progress, no matter what. Things could go perfect and it's still a work in progress. That's actually the nature and the beauty of it. There was a storm here a few days ago. I've been working on fixing some nets, little pieces off of my tree, that tree. Stuff does rip through it. So, I guess it's just part of the job. So I replaced a bunch of nets and we're going from there. I also put weights on my nets, the sandwich clips, to help hold them down. So, I don't want to get too much into varieties until they're ready, but I'll show a couple. I also been thinking about genetics. Like some, this one came in completely purple, and that one came in yellow. Same plant. It's the same plant. Those will get to that color. Some just come out purple. Anything with purple is never, ever, ever, ever consistent. I don't know what it is. I believe it's a dominant gene. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not stating that, but I believe it. But anyway, this is Mardi Gras purple. No heat. Kind of like a bell pepper. It's different. It's more oblong. It's bigger than the purple beauties, which you can get purple beauty seeds on my site. Oh, hello, everybody. You dropped your pocket? No, I didn't drop my pocket. Thank you, though. I have, though. I have. Hey, bud. Jerry J, Johnny Small Pepper, Bruce Cook, Leon. So this, as you can see, I put a lot of weights on it. And it's a daily inspection. So these don't have too many peppers on it. These are lemon spice. I think orange spice on the site. I had more plants than that, but groundhogs, deer, and stuff go out to it. I've been putting signs out here. Yeah, that got ripped. That's new. So it could have snagged on something. I'm not saying one thing or another. So actually what I should be doing, I'll take this and I'll fold it and I'll clip it, and then I'll take a hammer, hit these down a little bit, and then if anything gets in there, it will not get out of there, basically. So this ahi amaretto, that's those, that's these. A lot of questions are for varieties. Ahi Sharpitas. I have 2 sets. In fact, I could have spaced these out a little bit better. So they're getting bushy. And one thing, isolating, you got to trim them back or they're going to rip your nets. I should have, I got, these are not on the site, but they will be. I'm getting little peppers here and there. I don't think I have anything ripe, but I will review those again. I have reviewed them. I don't want to get into every variety, but just haven't gone live. I've been working on things, working on a lot of just company stuff. So these I really didn't need, but I grew them anyway. Is Trinidad Moruga scorpions, some of this stuff. I'm not getting into, that's a big, beautiful plant. I'm not going to get into every variety. Some varieties I'm working on genetics, so they will not be released. I'm going to take a wild guess. I think this is Peter Pepper, but I'm not sure. I have signs, I have maps. For the love of God, map out your grow. Pickles doesn't have time for 10,000 customers and like, Dad, I guess I should have. I don't think that's what these are. What are these? Ahi mangoes. I've been eating these. I have more to de-seed, all that stuff. So Yeah, I'm just skipping around. These things are falling. They're falling off of my tree. That means I need to work on my tree. I just noticed something. Let's zoom. That's a nest up there. See that? Right there. I wonder if that's a bald eagle. Not a bald eagle, but yeah, I need to work on my own trees as well. All right, comments. I found out earlier today that several of my red and yellow ghost peppers have lots of peppers on them. Well, that's a good find. Awesome, bud. Okay, more than half of my young plants in front of my porch are flowering. Hopefully they'll have tons of peppers coming soon. Johnny Small Pepper says, wonder how hot they are. I'm not sure which type. Gotta run. Cheers all. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. Basically, what's happened in the past week and a half, more and more peppers. More and more peppers. Ooh, I see peppers ripening coming onto this side. And I've been switching out nets too. So, it's funny. I got one plant under here. I've been looking at this one. Can anybody guess what this one is? Because we got some weeds underneath there. Weed block works perfect, but if there's holes or gaps, they will come through. So we'll get them in there. I want to express something. Oh, and this bottom stuff I'll just take right off. This is a JP Ultraviolet, not a perfect shape. The plant's at a decent height. These plants are a little bit smaller than most, 2 to 3 foot. I will put this stuff on the website, this information, when the time is right. Oh, I am picking a little bit of leaves. I just did it kind of naturally. You don't want to pick too much because you want photosynthesis out of this. Also, daily picks, look over it. Is there any aphids, eggs, stuff like that? This bottom stuff, not all that important. So sometimes the first sets are not perfect. That's oblong. It should be a little bit more. So looking at this plant, this is another reason I'm showing you. Look at all the flowers that are taking. These all took. This one branch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, see a pepper there. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24. We got about 25 peppers grown right on the one branch. Here is about 20. So, a couple of them haven't taken yet. But yeah, we got some good development. Also, I do not give out what I do for my plants, but I'm going to be honest, I can't help. Like when I'm live, I can't help. In fact, let's get to a slight small subject, and I'll get back to it. Question is, what's wrong with my plant? I just noticed this now. That's not good. Is it aphids? No. It's not aphids here. That's calcium. That's a calcium deficiency. It happens. So I have some CalMag. I'll put some CalMag on here. One thing I will tell you about pepper plants, they freaking love calcium. Like, love it. So, these plants, I'm going to show you. Also, I want to show you. It's a topic of discussion amongst, honestly, probably about 8 to 10 people. So, we're going to lift this. We're going to lift this and we're going to compare same variety and plant size. Okay. Which one should I show? Maybe not this one. That one's pretty good, but I'm going to show you a difference. Okay. I'm going to show a comparison in growing. So, good looking plant, lots of flowers. I'm very happy with it. It's starting to produce. We're going to turn this. That shape is a little off. This shape is a little off, okay? Is that genetics? Could be. But actually what it really is, look, one more time. Look at the size of the plant. And you see the peppers. They're growing true. Okay? Now we come to the come to the same plants, same type of plants, much bigger, more developed, thicker stems, taken care better, does not have a calcium deficiency. And what do we have? Better shaped, better coloring peppers. Okay? JP Ultraviolet. So what's that telling you? If you're getting off shapes, it could be genetics, but it could be your growing. I see smoke over there. I was intrigued. Anyway, so that's something to consider. Also to consider is first set of peppers is never the perfect. The second yields always have the best shapes, best heat, everything. I mean, I've been doing this since a kid. So we're going to get on to the other set. And I've been watching this for a long time. This one pepper. I'm fascinated by it. Oh, damn me. So, all right, let's get down. I want to look at comments first. Chimmy, how long does it take usually to take ahi lemon drop peppers to ripen after full size? That's a good question. For me, it depends upon the year. I mean, it depends upon the part of the year. Technically, 3 weeks, a solid 3 weeks. Super huts, 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. There's other ways to ripen them faster. If you're going to seed save, it could develop the peppers to ripen, but it doesn't develop the seeds. And you know, I do drive people crazy. Well, imagine that. But I drive people crazy and compare pregnancy, birth defects versus pepper defects for early development. I mean, it basically goes hand in hand. Anyway, I'm going to get to this. Look at this one. JP Ultraviolet. This is, look, plants more developed. It's bigger. Root systems. That's another thing. I should make a video alone on this. Root systems. Look at this. This is what, a 10-gallon? You grow in a 2-3 gallon? Your pepper shapes are going to be runts the first time around, and then they're going to be developed by the second time. Should be. So this is really beautiful. It's a little wet. There's going to be other ones. Other ones might not show up purple right away. Some will be very... This one has been here for like a month. Also, general rule of thumb. The hotter the pepper, the longer it takes to ripen. So, ahi lemon drops. You want to make those bad boys ripen faster? All you got to do is do more potassium. Just add more potassium. But you could get more rotting that way. You can get rotten seeds, undeveloped seeds, stuff like that. So I do not mess with that. I get potassium and phosphorus to create flowers, but other than that, I really don't. So this is a JP Piranha. JP Piranha. Goofy looking one. JP Piranha. So I've also noticed F1s, F2s had these thin, long tails. F3s, F4s had a thicker tail. And these are starting to come out like real thick tails and crazy, kind of like the Chocolate Primatali, but shape, state, stability, a lot better than the chocolate. I mean, the chocolate's really crazy. The chocolate did come from the red, and you grow enough of them, you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see it. I got these damn things. No joke, this is how Velcro came about from these seed things. Anyway, comments. Okay, does actually take. Okay, and please excuse the misspelling. Ahi, like ahi tuna. That's okay, no problem. Hey, Bruce, even if I didn't want to forgive you, I have to. Look who you're talking to. I'm like the world's worst voice to text. I didn't realize I had a freaking Pittsburgh accent and read up and yins and all that stuff. It shows up once in a while, and it comes out real goofy. I told a customer at 3 o'clock in the morning something he needs to milk his cow and walk backwards. It was something like that, and it wasn't that far off. So I totally get it. Totally get it. I'm pretty excited. This is the exciting part. Okay, so Red Silo, Homestead. How much battery do I have? 45%. Okay, good evening, Jimmy. I ask before every one of my heat drops. Yeah. Yeah, climate, all kinds of stuff. These things are driving me nuts. So, this is one of the most beautiful peppers there is. This originated from my friend in Hot Springs, Arkansas, Matthew Arthur. He's given me the honor of releasing certain varieties of his to the world through me first, which is just a great honor. He's one of the most laid back pepperheads ever. Like if there was a meter for laid back, he would be like at a 1 and I'd be like at an 8. Like that's the complete difference between us. Super cool guy. I mean, super cool guy. But anyway, he got purple UFOs, or no, he got UFO peppers from Florida, and they came out purple. So it's an unknown cross, is exactly what it is. Look at that. I mean, seriously, they're not on the website, but they are. I mean, they will be. So I knew they were hot sellers. Also, for the love of God, for the love of baby Jesus, I see a lot of people buying purple UFO seeds from vendors that harvested the seeds from purple. No. They ripen red. The seeds will not be viable. They might look all right. They might look all right, but they're not. You might get a couple seeds that germinate or low germination rates, but you got to get seeds from viable peppers. So here's another set. Man, and it's loaded down with that stuff. Not too much on these, but they were hot sellers. A couple people asked some of the I think it was the Euro vendors or something like that, said, hey man, what color are they when they're ripe? And they said purple, and they're like, and then they blocked them. So I'm like, yeah, it happens. You got, I mean, hey, Pickles doesn't know everything either. So be kind to others. I'm glad I'm on this one, because I haven't checked this today. There could be some ripe ones in here. I believe it's Ethiopian brown. I've been saving seeds. Capsicum picartum type. You can tell from the leaves, everything. So, is this Ethiopian brown? So some of these leaves I will trim back a little bit. You get better airflow. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you have to really get in here. You know, and one of the most important things for your plants, and especially for you, get down in here. Look at your plants. Check them out. Enjoy them. Like, enjoy them. Like, wow, that's cool. Flowers. It's artwork, you know? Check out the freaking artwork, hippies. So, I crack myself up all day. So, yeah, I figured I'd show you a whole bunch of stuff. I got to work on that greenhouse. It's long overdue. It will be done by Pepper Kingdom come. Yeah, here's a big net with not much. These are behind schedule. I might move this location because it's growing slowly. Those are actually extremely important. I'll explain that one later. I'll get into that later. There should be peppers on some of these. Should be. Oddly enough, I don't see any ripe. These are apple crisp. How important is the pH of the water? Very. I'm using rainwater. I don't save it just from the rain and everything. I haven't even tested it, but I do test. I am required by law to test my soil and everything. So it's at 6.3. I wanted to say 6.5 is target. I'm slightly below target at a 6.3. Also, random about pH. I'll tell you 2 points about pH. If you're making sauce, you need a 3.2. For soil, 6.5. Also, you know, anybody who really knows me likes to argue a little bit. And, oh yeah, I was messing around with this one. This is actually kind of going to be a new release. This needs replaced. The net needs replaced. This net needs replaced. I've been replacing them today. Yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll get the nets thrown in that area. Those two will be replaced. I got more nets showing up tomorrow. I had old nets unopened. So, like my little bamboo. Let's see. I got this net. I got more nets coming. So, you know, I got nets. I will spend thousands every year, thousands and thousands, to make sure I'm giving you what you're paying for. I go the extra mile. There's a couple other things I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, this is getting replaced like once the video is done. I got rules. I buy rules of the stuff, but once you cut them, they seem to fray a little bit. Damn. I'm trying to think of the name here, but we'll get back to it. This is one thing I regret not growing enough of. Rainforest. It's on the website. I got plenty of seeds, but it's one of my all-time favorite peppers. Rainforest. Black Pearl, I threw some in. This net needs to be bigger. I'll get back to this one. Here. This is Sangria. These are what I call porch peppers, back porch barbecue peppers. You take them, bite them, eat them. You get purple, you get orange, you get red. These are on the website right now. Fresh seed stock on these. So, Sangria and orange, Brazilian orange starfish on the site. for some reason, I grew a couple, like one plant, like one single plant. I think because I had very low seed stock, that might be a very rare type that I might not release this year. So I'll grow others. I don't want to get into showing too much. This area needs weed whacked and fixed. That's tomorrow's project. I have another project I'm going to do. I'm going to take a road trip. Maybe tomorrow. And we're going to get into things. Yeah, I'm going to take a road trip in the next, either tomorrow or the next week. Oh, next week's booked. 2 weeks if I can't get it done. So it's nonstop over here. You know, the weird thing about everything, I could sit there and walk and jump underneath and look and look and look. And thank you for the order. I do appreciate. Hey, do me a favor, just for the heck of it. It's almost a survey. Is the person here in the chat that just bought? Because I often wonder, how much does these live videos actually help my sales? I'm pretty sure they help by 25%. So, yeah, going back to pH, if you have a bad pH, too high or too low, your plants are not going to thrive and they'll probably die off early. There's just so much to talk about for the videos. You know, nutrient block. Like if you use a lot of magnesium, say if you use if you use a lot of Epsom salts, which I do not, you can actually nutrient block calcium out. So one nutrient can cancel out the other. So more is not more results. Less is sometimes more. It's the same thing with humans. You know, if you want to build muscles, you want to do protein, you do a whole bunch of protein, you may very well end up hurting your liver, kidneys, stuff like that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, by the way. Hey, Jimmy, you ever see a pepper plant do this? No, because I'm live. I bet you any money I know what he's talking about without looking at the picture. I bet it's, there's a term for it. See, I'm not a botanist, but I do genetic work. Do I have a degree? Yes, I have multiple degrees, but not in botany. In science, yes, and all kinds of psychology and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to show these before I disappear. These are, I have to check my records. It's either Russian or Ukraine. Something tells me, well, Ukraine basically is kind of Russia. It's almost like saying Australia versus England, but there's a lot more differences than that. I don't want to get into politics, but so. All right, so. Do you ever use oyster shells? Good question. Thank you for the question. See, this is the place I love questions. Private messenger or comment sections, usually I'm in a hurry and I'm working and I'm like, oh man, how much time can I give each individual? Yes, I have. Is it good? Yes, absolutely. But I will tell you, they are a slow release. They're thick. They are rich in calcium. But if you already have end blossom rot, which is a result of lack of calcium deficiency, you want a fast release. A fast release would be something like CalMag. Not eggshells, yes, but more of I haven't even checked that trap. I guess nothing's in it. But anyway, it's been a long day. Every day's a long day. Yeah, they take like a month to break down. Eggshell powder, that's where the smoke's coming from. Okay, I like them. Good neighbors. Anyway, it's good to have good neighbors. Not everybody's a good neighbor, but anyway, yikes, keep that one down. Oh, but that's why you guys like me, because I'm so honest. Yeah, it takes a month to break down. Eggshell powder is like 4 or 5 days to release into your root system, which is uptake by your plant. Eggshells alone takes probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks to do that. Stuff like the shells, if it's broken into chunks, you're still going to take a month to break it down. It's a slow release. So if you don't have an issue with deficiency of calcium, I suggest a little bit of that in each planter. But if you have a deficiency, I suggest doing all that. So I treat my beds in the fall, and spring treating with the fall is probably... the answer is no, it's not a waste. Jerry J, you're doing a perfect thing. So I salute you on that. You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job. And I'm showing absolutely nowhere. My little greenhouse back there with nothing in it. But also, peppers that get purple on them sometimes don't always show up purple. So these sometimes get purple. Getting purple on some of them. Some you're not. Some you aren't. So purple can be triggered with sun, thinner skin, stuff like that, but those are meant to go purple with genetics, with the gene. Let's see, did I look through these? Oh, yes, I did, but let's look on the back side of things. Yeah, I like those. I'll get into them later. I want to get into a discussion about that without being political. These, oh, I need to change this out. I forgot. So this net needs changed like a baby. So these are Sarit Gat. Sarit Gat. I think they're a Turkish heirloom. They ripen a bright canary yellow. They get huge. I will be doing reviews of these, multiple reviews. I'll probably eat every single one of these on camera. I love those. They're just sweet. So good, so good. So, I got all kinds of stuff happening. So, I don't know. Too much to say. It's a decent day. I don't mind some clouds. So, all right. I have lots to do. I'm going to be putting stuff on the website as soon as I can. In the past, I used to put 10, 20, 30 packs. Ugh on me. No. Let's shoot for 40, 50 packs. No sense running out, filling up, running out, filling up. That's unfair to the customer. And it's a waste of my time. So I'm going to wait till I get at least 40, 50 packs and I'll upload. Orange Starfish Orange, I have to do inventory on that this week because I'll be constantly adding to that. Should never run out of those. I think I have 247 varieties. By the end of the season, I should have over 500. So thank you all for watching. I just wanted to stay in touch, say hello. All right, isolated seeds. It's a way to preserve the community. And as you guys watch, I am very honest about what I do. If there's holes, I clip them, make sure they're down to the ground, And I weigh them down. And if it's a big enough hole, I end up replacing the net. I replaced 30 nets this year. I mean, if they rip from a storm, replace them. Replace them. I mean, it's well worth the money spent instead of having customers come up to me and stuff like that. How does pollen, the number one way a pollen goes from here to there is bees. And if there's even a little bit of hole from a storm and I see it the next day, that doesn't have a hole, that doesn't have a hole, that doesn't have, it's going to go in there and it's going to get stuck, the bee. That's what happens. No joke. So the bee activists can come after me now for that, but that's it. All right. I Soy Seeds, jppepperseeds.com. Extras with every order.